The marathon continues. Welcome to another Marathon Monday on Chasing Excellence Only Media. My name is Drew Jacoby. As you can see, taking a different approach this week, going solo dolo to discuss an issue that is near and dear to me, and it's an issue that everyone has familiarity with, but few have mastery over. And that issue is time, the donut of the heart, as Jay Dilla once said. And so, time, I feel, is the most valuable resource. It's something that we can't get back, and you can't get more of it once it's gone, which makes that different than damn near everything. But also, it makes it more valuable, because that which is not available is worth more inherently. Supply and demand goes for anything. So that's why when you give a gift that shows that you thought of someone, or if you make someone a craft, or you write them a letter or draw them something, a lot of times, it's great quality, but more so than the object itself, it's the fact that you did it. It's the fact that you spent time either thinking about them or dedicating something to them that really made the impact. And I feel that. So, time management is my biggest, baddest curse. But it's also my biggest blessing because it has shown me what I need to work on as a man to get to where I want to be. I want to be very successful in more ways than just financial, but that involves a more strict, rigorous lifestyle, which is why CEO Media, Chasing Excellence Only Media, was even formed. It was honestly formed as a reminder to myself to give the highest quality work, the highest quality Drew to any situation that I'm in. For example, when I was sweeping one time at a job, I wanted to half-ass it because, no one would notice, right? I could just sweep it somewhere else or just skip an area or two. No one really knows or cares. But how you do one thing is how you do everything. So I want that to be excellent. I'm tired of just floating by. I'm tired of doing the bare minimum in my relationships, in my work, in my self-growth, in my working out. You deserve excellence, or at least I feel I deserve excellence. So I'm going to start changing my lifestyle. I have started changing my lifestyle to align with that. So every day I have to battle with poor time management, because time management is really just energy management. So I decided to sit down with a pen and paper and write down the problems. What are some of the behaviors or thought patterns I noticed that caused me to fail, caused me to be late, caused me to not be able to manage my time properly? And it boiled down to a few things. Two things: procrastination and underestimating how long things take. So, after problems, what comes from that? Solutions. So, if something is a problem, then shouldn't the opposite be a solution? You would think, right? It's not always the case, but I took that approach for this. So under problem, I wrote solutions. So what's the opposite of underestimating how long everything will take? Overestimating how long everything will take. Give yourself more time for even the smallest things. Factor in extra traffic. Factor in getting screwed by every red light when you're on your way to work, or whatever the case may be. And the opposite of procrastination is preparation. So I took that as, if you're procrastinating, it probably seems overwhelming, right? If it's overwhelming, it's probably big, or at least in multiple parts. If that's the case, you can break down and do these little parts one thing at a time. Will Smith once said that if you look at a wall as a wall, it's going to be overwhelming. But how do you build that wall? You lay one brick as perfectly as you can, and then on to the next one, and then on to the next one, and then eventually you build a wall. So, that said, take baby steps. Look at what isn't working, And then you could probably find a solution. You don't need someone to tell you. You can find the solutions if you ask yourself, if you take the time to sit down and write or meditate. But honestly, writing helps your brain really retain, and you're able to read what you write because it keeps just showing up. It doesn't disappear. And so, from there, I decided, what are the beliefs that are even causing that behavior or beliefs? And I determined that most of my life, I did not believe I was worth it. I did not believe I was worth the time. I didn't value my time. And so what happens if you start to value your time? Okay, or rather control over time. So if you value control over time, if you believe your time matters, you won't self-sabotage yourself. And why won't you self-sabotage yourself? Because you're important. And why are you important? Because you have a mission. And why are you a mission? Because you have things to do. And why do you have things to do? Because you believe you can do them. So time management is just energy management. And if you don't have a mission, if you don't have things to do, that's the first problem. That's the first problem. Find things to do. Reconnect with yourself. What do you love to do? Do that. Whether or not you get paid for it, do it. You deserve that happiness. Because that brings me to my next topic. A little quote that goes by memento mori. It is a Latin phrase for remember that you must die. Now, I know that sounds pretty somber at first, but hear me out. So, on one side of the coin, sure, you're going to die. That sucks. You're going to lose everything you know and love. But that's inevitable. It's going to happen. So you might as well look it in the eye. On the other side of that coin is, okay, I have a limited time here. Let me utilize this time as good as I can, because I don't know how much I have left. You really never know. So, utilizing your limited time here is like that's the secret. If I can give the secret, it would be energy management, which is just time management. And on that note, I know a lot of different people struggle with time management, from procrastination, you name it. But there's also people that thrive, that have such acute sense of and management of their time, their energy. They know how long things are going to take. They give themselves an amount of time. Just people are different, you know? Some people have that innate talent, I guess, skill set. So for those of you who are good at managing time and your energy for that matter, please, like, share what has worked for you. And for those of you, those of us who are actively working to get better at time management, what is the biggest problem for you? Like, you know how I wrote down some of my problems? What are the behaviors themselves that you notice in your life, because no one else notices, it's your life. What are the behaviors you notice in your life that are screwing you? What is sabotaging you? That's my question. And so I want to thank every single soul that found its way to this video. And CEO Media is just a brand new project. I hope you guys tune in, because we have some amazing things coming up. Seriously. For those of you who are gamers or competitors to anything, I will be interviewing a top-level Smash player, local to my area. I'm really going to dive in to mindset of a competitor and a human being. What makes them successful? Because success leaves clues. What did you do that worked for you? And what didn't work? What did you notice in other people? And just anything relating to success and how to get there. Because honestly, no matter what success looks like for you, you probably want it, right? I mean, maybe. I would hope so. But if you claim to want excellence like I do, you're in the right place. So you are the CEO of your own life. You run it. And since you're running, you better chase excellence only. Godspeed.